Hey everybody, watch this review here with a look at the Spider-Man Fiercest Foes Air Assault Hobgoblin. If you saw my Rhino review, you'll remember in the opening preamble I called this figure ugly, but hey, I'm sure he has a nice personality. Or not. But my original complaints do sort of stand, which I wasn't too specific on, but basically I think the face sculpt is a little crappy, but everything else about this figure is pretty cool. And I think he might actually look a little bit nicer than the Marvel Universe Hobgoblin. But hey, if you don't like this figure, you do have the option of getting a Marvel Universe version of him, as opposed to poor Doc Ock here, who's only had Spider-Man Fiercest Foes releases so far, neither of which has, been really all that great. But yeah, without any further ado, let's open up this box. Now, I didn't really cover the game in my first Fiercest Foes review, and I'm not going to do it now, but basically we have a personality/character card with some goofy looking stats here, and then it decodes for this stuff. So you can actually see it right through anyway, so it doesn't really make any difference. So yeah, kind of boring, or even lame if you prefer. Especially because the real draw is the figure itself. Check out that pumpkin pitch, by the way. Now, I saw this guy in stores several times before, but I was really turned off by the really, kind of stupid-looking face. The Marvel Universe one I don't think looks much better. I've seen that in stores a few times as well. It's got a really funky skin tone, and then it's got the one really oversized eye and the small eye, which I've never liked just because of symmetry. Although I understand they have used that in cover art and so forth, so. Also, the Marvel Universe one has little stitch works on the torso, which this one lacks, but different leg joints because this is from the Fiercest Foes line, and a little bit less articulation. Other than that, the two are pretty similar. Now, I believe this is the same sculpt used for the Green Goblin. I saw both of them in the same day, but naturally they weren't in the same store, so I didn't put the boxes right next to each other and compare. But this one uses a glossy paint on the leggings and arms, which makes it look a little bit better, whereas the Green Goblin uses a sort of plain one with, I believe it had some sort of a shading, which I didn't think looked as cool. Plus, naturally, I like this character a lot more than I like the Green Goblin, just due to the color scheme. But as you can see, we have a really cool detailed cape in the back, just ripped up and everything. The hood portion I don't like as much, but, it does kind of work. Okay, so I did some quick comparison looks, and the Fiercest Foes Green Goblin comes with a pouch and then with a strap across it, so it's a little bit different for the additional add-on, but I guess they did that because that one doesn't have a cape. The Marvel Universe one also has the pouch for the bombs, but, I don't think it's a major loss. Now, you'll see that it comes with a pumpkin bomb accessory, which of course is removable, and is a really soft rubber because it fixes directly into the hand. There's no peg or anything for it. So it'll only go into the right arm, not the left, only the right, which is stage left. In terms of articulation, as mentioned, he's a little bit gimped, but we have a rotating wrist, a ball and socket elbow, a normal shoulder joint. Head rotates a little bit, but not a tremendous amount. Goes up and down a little bit, but because of this, really hindered. Cape moves, but I don't believe you can take the cape off without removing the head, and I don't feel like removing the head. Kind of standard crappy ball and swivel, where you have a ball joint at the hip, then a swivel at the upper thigh. Ball and socket knee, which is something I don't really like too much about these, just because the shape of the sculpt. Unfortunately, we do not have anything at the calf here for rotation, and no point here at the ankle, which is something that the Marvel Universe one has in addition to having a torso joint. But hey, I think this is a pretty decent looking torso, And it kind of works without it, even though it means you can't get some of the cooler poses. Victories and losses, victories and losses. As for the glider, it's kind of basic. I don't believe it's even painted. I think this is just the color of the plastic. But you can see like little rivets and stuff on it. And then you have these 4 little prongs, which I guess probably attach to a stand if you wanted it to, but there wasn't a stand included, so not sure what's up with that. Quick size comparison here. Hobgoblin stands at about 4.5 inches. Here he's next to fellow Fiercest Foes Rhino and Marvel Universe Dr. Doom, both at about 4.5. As well as X-Men Origins Wolverine, who's, just a little bit under 4. So, on the whole, I guess he's a pretty crappy figure, but, hey, felt like getting my Hobgoblin fix on, and basically it's the level of quality you'd expect from the Fiercest Foes line, where you have minor paint errors here and there, okay levels of detail in places, and overall just some sculpts have potential, but just due to the little shortcuts and stuff, because I guess they kind of position this more as a kiddie line, the overall quality kind of does suck, but hey, I mean, he looks sort of okay as opposed to some of the other figures in the line, so I can't complain too much. I mean, hopefully we'll get a cooler one at some point, or actually I doubt it, because we've had one for Fiercest Foes, one for Marvel Universe, so at this point this will probably be the only ones we'll see, unless the new Spider-Man movie has a Hobgoblin in it, at which point we probably will see one in a tie-in line. But hey, until next time, watch this review. We'll see you later, I guess. Maybe.